Hello everyone, I am Dr. Pooja Raj Shrivastava and today we are going to discuss about the topic interpersonal skills. So, interpersonal skills are the skills we use every day when we communicate and interact with other people, both individually and in groups. They include a wide range of skills, but particularly communication skills such as listening and effective speaking. They also include the ability to control and manage your emotions. It is no exaggeration to say that interpersonal skills are the foundation for success in life. People with strong interpersonal skills tend to be able to work well with other people, including in teams or groups, formally and informally. You can improve your interpersonal skills by developing your awareness of how you interact with others and practicing your skills. A SWOT analysis provides insights based on strengths and weaknesses, what challenges you see ahead of you, and what opportunities are present around you now and in the future. Self-assessment is an ongoing process that requires being connected to your inner voice. These days, many people appear so plugged into the world through their devices and social media that they are not connected to themselves, and that is no way to help make better decisions. Self-assessment means being your own counselor, developing your own views and cultivating the ability to look closely at where you are so you can think through your problems. Communication, emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, positive attitude, and team building are the various aspects of interpersonal communication. Maintaining balance and understanding the nuances will help you develop interpersonal skills. So, in this continuation, we will talk about communication. Communication skills are the abilities you use when giving and receiving different kind of information. Some examples include communicating new ideas, feelings, or even an update on your project. Communication skills involve listening, speaking, observing, and empathizing. It is also helpful to understand the differences in how to communicate through face-to-face interactions, phone conversations, and digital communications like email and social media. While there are several communication skills you will use in different scenarios, there are few ways you can be an effective communicator at work. Be clear and concise. Making your message as easy to consume as possible reduces the chances of misunderstanding. Assert yourself. At times it is necessary to be assertive to reach your goals, whether you are asking for a raise, seeking project opportunities, or resisting an idea you don't think will be beneficial. Be calm and consistent when there is a disagreement or conflict. It can be easy to bring emotion into your communications. It is important to remain calm when communicating with others in the workplace. The next, use and read body language. Body language is a key part of communications in the workplace. Pay close attention to the messages people are sending with their facial expressions and movements. You should also pay close attention to the way you might be communicating intentionally or not. Practice empathy. Understand your colleagues' feeling, ideas and goals can help you when communicating with them. Emotional intelligence involves our ability to sense and develop interpersonal and intrapersonal skills. We use interpersonal and intrapersonal skills to varying degrees in all our relationships. This includes relationships with loved ones, our significant other, our friends, our family, our colleagues, when we meet strangers or new people, and people we work with and see every day. They are the vital skills of how we be with and we relate to other people. Interpersonal and interpersonal skills involve complex sets of skills which weave together into a coherent whole. These are the general characteristics of people with high and low EQ. Obviously, these are generalizations but are helpful as guidelines. Person with high emotional intelligence have a strong self-awareness of their emotions to better communicate, influence, and motivate others to take action. Person with low emotional intelligence usually have low awareness and self-control to their emotions. Conflict management. Conflict management is the process of limiting the negative aspects of conflict while increasing the positive aspects of conflict. The aim of conflict management is to enhance learning and group outcomes, including effectiveness or performance in an organizational setting. Global Human Capital Report, we see evidence that conflict can lead to positive outcomes within the workplace environment. Based on this report, we can conclude that conflict can lead to positive outcomes and increased productivity depending upon the conflict itself. Approximately 76% of the respondents reported that conflict resulted in some type of positive outcome. Positive attitude. You have probably heard of the following words many times. You should have a positive attitude. A positive attitude is essential to happiness, joy, and progress in life. This state of mind brings light, hope, and enthusiasm into the life of those who possess it. Adopting it in your life does not mean that everything will always move smoothly and there will be no bumps on the road. However, it ensures that any setback you might encounter will not stop you or change your state of mind and that you will go on. Developing effective team. Process-focused skills tend to be about people and about building rapport within the group and making it work cohesively and effectively. Those who take on process-focused group roles tend to have very good interpersonal skills. Good coordinators, team workers, and resource investigators are good at verbal communication, listening, and questioning. They work hard to ensure that the group communicates well, helping to make sure that there are no misunderstandings or unexpressed difficulties between team members. These people are good at developing a sense of harmony within the group. They help to build rapport with others, creating a coherent team.